YouTube, today we are going to be building a kindling spittle for firewood. I'm going to be using some rebar and probably a little bit of flat stock to make the actual blade part of it. It's going to be about 8 inches wide. I went and measured most of the logs I have over there, and most of them are between 6 and 7 inches, so I think 8 inches would be just fine. It's going to be about 1 foot tall, and well, let's get started here. I'm going to measure out 8 inches. I'm going to cut out 8 pieces out of these 3 10-foot sections of rebar. I'm not sure when this video will be posted because it takes a little bit of time to edit it and find time to edit it. But I'm gonna go ahead and get those 8 pieces cut out, and we'll be right back. And remember to wear safety glasses when you're cutting it, because I've had metal go in my eye before and it is not a fun time. Alrighty, now we have all 8 of the top and the bottom cut out. They're not perfect, but they're pretty close. I can flush them up when I get them welded and make them more level, which will have the level here, so I can level them all up. Now, as you can see, I cleaned one piece up for you guys. That's what I'm using. Don't really know. I know it's made in Portugal, but other than that, I think it's a 1/4 inch, 10 foot. See if I can find a tag anywhere. I know that one of these had a tag at the bottom, but it may have washed off in the rain. Yeah, it washed off in the rain. But now I'm going to measure out 2 12-foot, or not 2 12-foot, 2 12-inch sections for the uprights of it. And I'll be right back after we do that, and then I'll kind of show you how it's going to go together after that. So, be right back. Alrighty, YouTube, we got both 12-inch sections cut out. Let me show you. It's right at 12 inches. All I'm going to do now is I'm just going to level these two up so they're exactly even. So that way when I weld them onto the, when I weld them together, it's not uneven. So I'm gonna go ahead and flush these up, and then I'm gonna flush those 8 up. They're pretty close, and after that we'll get to tacking, and then I'm gonna show you some other stuff. But that's it for now. I'm gonna flush these up and flush those 8 up, and then we'll be back. Alright, YouTube, I done got them all showed up. I did 2 at a time, so I'm gonna do them in order to keep them in the same size. So this one will go with that one in a corner, and then so this one will be equal to this one. Just in case anything's off, it'll all be nice and matched up. So I'm gonna take that one, put it right there. It's still a bit hot. Then I'm gonna roll that one over, take this one, put it right there, and roll and weld them together. I'm gonna move that back a little bit, but you get the idea, and you can see roughly the size it'll be. Here's my hand. I don't have very big hands, so so we're gonna go ahead and start welding this up, and then we'll be right back after that. Gotta take a break there for a minute. A guy came by and bought a few lawnmowers off me, but as you can see, got it all tacked up. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the 1-footers on here, make sure they're nice and level, and then after that we'll be right back. I got the 1-footers right here. Well, actually they're right here. That's the leftover of a 10-foot pole. But I'm going to get those on there, and then we'll be right back after that. Alright, we're back, YouTube. We have it all welded up, as you can see. I'm going to put a couple of braces in right here and right here. I'll probably take it all the way out to the corner and just give it as much as physically possible, because, you know, Rebar isn't the strongest thing in the world, but you know, it should be just fine for this. And then I'm gonna put a like a little wedge in here, so that way you can, you know, really get in there. Oh, and I got a bug on the camera. Hi. And it's not too pretty yet, but after we get done cleaning it up, it'll be just fine. Remember, it's just to cut wood, it's not to be super pretty. But I'll get this measured up and I'll cut a piece out, and then I'll have a piece of flat stock I'm going to use to sharpen it up with. Then I'm going to put some angles in there like I said, and then this will be done to clean it and paint it. So I'm going to measure that out and we'll be right back. Alrighty, YouTube. I got my piece of steel cut out there. I got the 4 little pieces of rebar and the long piece of rebar to go in the middle that the steel is going to be welded onto. I'm going to probably weld the steel ball onto the longer piece first, and then I'll do the little sides after. But before I weld the long piece and that piece together onto the main structure here, I'm going to sharpen that up after welding onto that. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real fast. I just have to remove the little film they put on here so it doesn't rust. Obviously the rebar didn't have that, but this does. So I'm going to clean that off real fast. I'm going to weld these two up, and then we'll be back. Alrighty, I'm back. Just got done. Well, I'm not done. I'm halfway done with welding this piece to the rebar. I did one pass and I didn't think it was enough, because that's going to be taking a lot of abuse. So I wanted to stretch it back and forth. So I did one more pass out through here, and half a pass here, and half a pass here. And it's not the most consistent thing in the world. Like, there's more here than there is there, but that's fine. I'm going to clean it all up anyway. But I'm not too bad. The Hobble Freight welder, let's try to see if I can get, did a decent job. Now, it's not perfect. I'm not, you know, super consistent, and I did do a little bit here, then a little bit here, and a little bit here to try to keep it from warping, even though I don't know if this little piece would warp or not, but I wanted to minimize that, you know. So I did a strip here, a strip there, and a strip there. Then I went back and kept doing that, and that's just how it ended up at the end. But I'm gonna do the ends. Can't see my screen. I can do the ends right here. I'm gonna flip it over and do the other side, but I don't know if I'm gonna do that much welding on that side or not. But I'll probably do 2 or 3 passes on the other side, and then I'll flap wheel it down, make it look all pretty, and then I'll sharpen this side up. But you can see that I'm putting plenty enough heat in, because it's blued all the way out to the edge. I cleaned a lot of the bluing off up there, but down here at the edge it's still blue, and hell, the vise is even hot. So it puts out more than enough to, you know, this is 1/4 inch round on, yeah, that's 1/4 inch round, or that maybe 1/2 inch round, and this is 1/4 inch flat stock, and it has more than enough butt to weld it. So I'm gonna do the other side, and then we'll be back. I don't know how much more I'm gonna get done today, but that's just the progress so far. This might better show you how hot it got. I mean, it is completely blue all the way to the edge, and so we're gonna weld in this backside. You can see it got plenty of penetration. You can start seeing it through the other side. I'm just gonna do this side real fast, just build it up, and then we'll be back after that. Alrighty, YouTube, this is the other side I just finished up. It's still hot, so I can't get real close to it. Come on, focus, come on. And I think I did pretty good. Did a nice end touch there. I'm not sure if this is in focus or not. I can't really see. But yeah, that's pretty good. Next step is going to be to sharpen this up, but I have ran out of time for now, so it might be a different day when we come back and hit this up. But it's all going to be in one video. And I also have that project going on. It's a 4-wheel rack for the back of your seat, and this was gonna be a 4-wheel rack, but I made it a little too big, so it's gonna be a trailer. So I have both of these builds coming up. I videotaped this one and that one, but not sure when those two are gonna be out. They may be out before this is, or this may be out before that is. I don't know. It just depends when I can get time to edit it. But so yeah, I'll see you in a little bit. Alrighty, YouTube. I just got these braces welded in. I'm gonna touch that one up just again. I'm gonna do another pass, make it even. Then I'm gonna flat wheel it all down. But before I flat wheel it, I'm gonna put another little brace from heel to there and from heel to there, just to make sure that this little spot isn't gonna come off. And then I'm gonna flip it all down, make it all pretty, and then I'm gonna paint it, take a picture of it, post it online saying, hey, I'm making these, you know, 50-60 bucks, come get them. Because online, a nicer version of this that's small, it's a little circle. A nicer version of this is like $100 for the big one. Now this is bigger than the big one. That was hot, shouldn't have touched that. Anyway, a small version of this is 100. So I'm gonna try to make it cheaper, at least for the people around here. You know, just help them out a little bit, because there's a lot of people who go camping, you know, especially around here. So I'm gonna get those two braces cut up and welded in, and then after that we'll flap it down, make it all pretty, and we'll be done. Alrighty, as you can tell, I sort of cleaned up some of them. This is just going to be a display model and the one I use at my house, so it's not perfect just because it doesn't need to be perfect for me. But I cleaned a bunch of it off, made it all shiny. I'm gonna spray it with some rusty metal primer, just because it did sit out in the rain and it did get rusted a little bit. I cleaned a lot of it off. See, but when I would do it for a customer, all of this would be smoothed in. But just for myself and for display, I don't need that. So I'm just gonna throw some paint on it, and then that'll be it for this project. I'll show you a finished project, like a finished product, after it's painted, but it's pretty much not going to change, because the primer was red and then the paint's green. So alrighty, well, I'll paint it and then we'll be back, and then that'll be it for this one. I have 2 coats of the rusty metal primer on now. It's still drying, but I think I got mostly coverage of everything. I got a run right there just because I'm trying to do this in a hurry. I'm trying to get this done, so that way I can get some orders in and possibly make a couple more of these. But I just figured I'd show you guys how to make one if you want to make one for yourself. I saw another guy make it on YouTube, but his design was a little bit different than mine. Sorry if there's any wind noise, it's kind of windy out today, but I think it should be plenty strong enough with these braces and these 2 braces especially. I mean, you know, because rebar isn't the strongest thing, the strongest thing, but when you get short little sections of it, it's, it's pretty hard to bend. Now, like these long sections of like 10 foot, those are pretty easy to bend, but when you get a little short section, it's not that easy. I'm gonna go ahead and let this dry, and then I'm gonna throw the green paint on it, and then it's a Rust-Oleum 2 times coverage, which I really like the Rust-Oleum brand. So hey, if you see this, you want to sponsor me, go ahead. but it's a semi-gloss hunter green. I personally like green for a lot of things, so that's one we'll throw on this project just because it's mine. Then if a customer wants those painted differently, then, you know, so be it. But I'm gonna go ahead and throw that on there, and we'll see how it looks after, and then that'll be it. Okay, well, here's the finished product. It's not dry yet, so it should darken up a little bit, but it's still wet. I just ran out of time and I have to head to work now. But this is the finished product. Nice green color. I don't know if the GoPro will pick up the green or not, but it'll be nice and sturdy. I'm gonna leave it out here to dry, and then when I come home from work tonight, it's not supposed to rain, so if it does, I'll just sand it off and redo it again. But yeah, well, that's it for this one. It's a do everything. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. If you like the video, share it with your friends. You know, because we're trying to grow the channel. So we're gonna be doing a whole bunch more cool projects like this. Like I said, I still have that project to finish and that one to finish. That's gonna be the trailer, and that's gonna be the 4-wheel rack. That's pretty much done. I just need to put some rebar on it, and to keep the wood from falling out. And that one, that's gonna be a little bit longer. So alrighty, well, I'm gonna go ahead and sign off here. See you next time.